Should we go walkies?
Choosing to fight anorexia rather than living with it is the hardest but best decision I've made. 9 months ago, I chose recovery. All of the times I've wanted to quit, I've carried on. I have fought every day for 9 months. And I'm so different from the girl I was back then. 9 months ago, I really believed that the misery I was living in was permanent. I was physically tired and mentally exhausted. My body was crying out for just a bit of kindness. And after years of beating it down, I chose to be kind. My life may not be perfect, but it is nothing like it was 9 months ago. I've grown so much, I've changed so much, I've learned so much. Recovery is hard, but I am so glad I've come this far. Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's been quite a while and I'm sorry about that. I'm not ashamed to say that I have been struggling a bit, which doesn't mean I've relapsed or even really lapsed at all. I just haven't really had the energy to kind of film and edit as well. So it's been a while, but we're back. And today I thought we'd just sit and have a little recovery chat because it's been 9 months. 9 months of solid recovery, 9 months of all in recovery, 9 months of literally giving it my all. So we're here. I thought today I would talk about the 9 main things I've learned since being in anorexia recovery. I'm a bit in awe that I'm actually here, like 9 months on. I did have belief in myself, but at the same time I was a bit like, this feels impossible. But I'm here, I've made it. Soon it's gonna be a year and then 2 years. And yeah, I don't even know, like, grab yourself a cuppa or snack or dinner or whatever, go get something and we can just sit and chill together and have a chat. Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I would say I've learned in my 9 months of recovering from anorexia is that I do not have to love my body to respect what my body does for me. Respecting my body was something that it didn't even enter my head. I treated my body like my worst enemy. I kind of acted like my body had like done something to hurt me, when in reality my perception of the way my body looked was the only issue, and that's on me. That's not on my poor body that had literally, you know, it kept me alive through so much. I am lucky that I survived. Anyone who struggled with any kind of eating disorder, you know, it takes a big toll on your body no matter what. So realising that I actually needed to respect it no matter how I felt about it, because it's doing so much for me, it's keeping me alive constantly, and that actually I don't have to be in a place where I absolutely love my body and I'm so happy with the way it looks. I can just tolerate it for now but still give it love and respect in terms of like nutrients and rest and stuff like that. That was a big one for me. The second thing I'd probably say that I've learned in my 9 months of anorexia recovery is that not weighing myself does not make my weight go out of control, nor does it change whether I lose, gain or maintain weight. Just knowing the number, as stupid as this sounds, I know it sounds ridiculous, but just knowing the number doesn't actually control my weight. I was extremely obsessive about having to know my weight, about weighing myself every week in recovery. I just turned the brightness down because I felt like I looked a bit washed out. Yeah, I was a bit obsessive about weighing myself and having to know my weight, because I genuinely kind of had this thing in my head where I was like, if I leave it like 2 weeks, then, you know, I'm gonna spiral out of control and I won't know about it. And that is so uncomfortable to sit with, and to sit with the fact that you don't know what your weight is doing. But you have to realistically think, if you are changing what you're eating in a sense of gaining weight, then you need to gain the weight. And it doesn't matter if you focus on the minuscule number, you need to gain the weight. Being obsessive about what the scale says serves nobody any good. And that's something I have learned sort of over the summer, like in the last few months of my recovery, when I've realised actually like weighing myself was making me feel a lot worse, and I wasn't enjoying the days coming up to and after getting weighed, which pretty much ruined like most of the week. So I kind of just stopped for like a month, and I definitely felt a lot more free with food. So there's another little bit of wisdom that I've learned. Also, I feel like I probably will get questions about this mug because I already have on Instagram, and I can't use a mug on this channel without being asked where it's from. So this is actually from The Range. Can you believe it? The Range does really good mugs. The next thing I have learned in anorexia recovery is that my clothes size has to change. Not only is it going to change, but it has to change, because my body is not meant to be the same size that it was when I was 12, 13, 14. I'm a human, I'm a teenager, my body is supposed to change. Therefore, clothes are just not going to fit me the way they used to. I still struggle to wrap my head around it sometimes, I will be honest, but I have realised that, and that has helped me a lot in accepting that actually I need to buy a size up, and that's okay. Because the reason there's a range of women's sizing, or sizing in general, is because not everyone is going to be the same size. My natural body weight, where I can eat freely, wouldn't settle at the smallest women's clothing size, and that's okay. And if you're in the same position, I need to tell you that that is okay, because I know it's so hard to like wrap your head around the fact that actually life isn't about being the smallest or shrinking yourself. It's about having freedom, and actually you need to have food freedom in order to live a free life. So whatever size of clothes you're fitting into, if you're happy, maybe not happy in your body, but if your life is paying you back with memories and like being able to laugh again and stuff, then why does it matter what size clothes you're wearing? Because nobody else cares. And that's what I've realised. Nobody else is sitting there scrutinising whether they think you've got bigger or not. I don't know if any of that made any sense, but basically I've realised that my body's going to change, and therefore my clothes size is going to change. Yes, it's upsetting. Yes, it does cause a lot of distress when you try something on and it doesn't fit, but it's life. It would happen anyway as you got older, you know? You cannot stay the same weight your whole life. Am I on number 4? Wow, I've lost track already. Okay, 4th thing is that even after you've had an unhealthy relationship with exercise, I think you can, monitoring it and being careful with it and checking in with yourself to see if it's obsessive, you can get a healthy relationship with exercise back. One thing I did struggle with was exercise, and I sort of thought that anything would be obsessive if I did it, but actually I found things that I actually genuinely enjoy, and moving my body is fun and not painful, and I don't just want to lie down and cry because I'm forcing myself to do things that my body is literally begging me not to do. A dog walk can just be a dog walk. A walk in nature can be about being mindful of what's around you and not about how many steps you're doing or whatever you struggle with. I'm not saying like go straight into exercising during recovery, because you need to rest, your body needs rest, but I've had a lot of people message me, and I sort of thought it myself as well, about how, you know, would I ever actually be able to enjoy exercise in a healthy way again? And you know what I do? I'm at a point where if I'm really tired, then I won't exercise, but when I do, I get a buzz out of it, and it's not a buzz that's anorexia saying, ah yes, it's a buzz that's like, I'm actually feeling good about moving my body. So that was a big thing for me. The next thing, I guess I'm on number 5 now, right? I think I said 4 last. It's been a long few weeks. The next thing is that, this might sound a bit sad, but I, for the past 4-ish years, have completely lost my personality. Because I used to be kind of okay with my personality, and I was like, well, I think I have a good sense of humour, and I thought I was kind and stuff. And when I was deep in anorexia, I lost all of that. I could barely make a joke, I could barely hold a conversation, and I did really think that I'd lost that forever, and I sort of thought, like, mentally I was never going to be able to socialise in the way I used to and make new friends or any of that. Like, it made me really sad, because I was kind of mourning this girl that I used to be, because I was just a shell of myself. But do you know what? In the last 9 months, I have actually got my sense of humour back. I have got my ability to just sit and have a chat with my friends back. I'm not 100% of the way there, but I feel so much more like myself, and that is just honestly so amazing. Because there were points where I didn't think I'd laugh again. I know that sounds really like dark, but I might be struggling with other things and I might feel low, but I'm the most me that I have been in years, and that's a wonderful thing. Also, it's like a really dull day. I mean, it's the last day of September right now, and it's so dull outside. It's like raining, and I feel like I prefer winter, but then at the same time, like, I don't like how dim it is. It's very depressing. Anyways, the next thing I've learned is that calories are not a specific science. Like, your body will metabolize food differently every day. Your body will metabolize different types of food differently, and I used to genuinely worry about every single calorie to the calorie. I used to worry about that, and I genuinely thought any fluctuation would affect my body weight, but it doesn't. And I've learned that. And a lot of these will probably seem really obvious to the average person, but I know that I'm not the only one who has like felt like this or struggled with this. So I'm just telling you right now, your calorie intake, although you shouldn't be tracking it, and I don't, your calorie intake when you eat intuitively will go up and down, and it's not going to show in your weight. It's really not. Also, your weight should fluctuate week to week. It's not normal to maintain the same gram of weight like every week. That's not how the body works. When you menstruate, you'll retain water, you'll gain weight. If you eat a bit more salt, which is absolutely fine, then you might retain a bit more water, but you'll lose it again. Like if you're dehydrated, then you'll retain more water. Your weight is like impacted by so many things. It is meant to fluctuate in the same way that your body isn't expecting you to feed it an exact amount of calories every day. And it took me a long time to learn that, but now that I can have extra things. Like if I'm hungry, I can have something extra, because I know realistically my body's not going to go, oh my god, an extra calories, weight gain time. It's not gonna happen. I have no idea what number I'm on. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm number 7. God, I'm speeding through this. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm at 17 minutes. Oh, I'm a waffler. The 7th thing that I've learned in anorexia recovery is that I am not a better person when I'm underweight, nor am I a nicer person when I'm underweight, nor do people like me more when I'm underweight. I attached so much value to being underweight that I genuinely believed that it would affect who I was as a person. The only thing it did was dull my personality. I don't know, maybe I did think that that would make people like me more, but not everyone's gonna like you, and the people that like you are the ones you should stick with. Don't spend your life trying to impress everyone else. Don't dull yourself down to make other people like you. And it's the same thing with if you think that if you're skinnier, people are going to like you more. Nobody cares. Nobody looks at you for your body. Nobody is friends with you for your body. I would never be friends with someone just because I thought they had a nice figure or because they were beautiful. It might sound like a bit cringy, but that's so superficial and nobody really cares. It's about who you are, and you're not going to be the best version of yourself. You're not going to be the kindest, the funniest, the smartest, the sweetest when you're starving yourself. And I have learned that. I am a much nicer person now, and I feel okay saying that. The 8th thing I've learned in anorexia recovery is that BMI is absolute bullshit. Like, it just is. I mean, I kind of probably knew that anyway, but when you're with a treatment team and they set you a BMI and it might be like the minimum one that you can get to, and it's like, okay, you can get there. My body is not meant to be at the minimum BMI. My body is not meant to be on the lowest end of healthy. Some people's might be, but it's actually not very common. For my body to be functioning and for me to have periods and for my organs to be healthy and my hair and my bones and everything, I can't be restricting myself so that I stay at the minimum healthy BMI. Because that is what I would have to do to stay at the minimum healthy weight. I would have to restrict. I would have to be so controlled. That's not a free life. That is not food freedom. I'm not going to be happy if I'm obsessing about calories and numbers and staying at this exact weight. I kind of just had to throw my expectations that I would recover into like a low healthy weight and be comfortable in the fact that I was a low healthy weight, because actually the only part of me that would have been comfortable there was anorexia, and I know that that is not how my body is meant to be. It's never how my body has been, and so I've had to let go of that, and it's hard, but I know that I have to choose my life over a number. And the final thing that I think I've learned in anorexia recovery, although there would be more than 9, that sounded bad, like I've only learned 9 things, I probably have learned more. These were just the ones that stuck out to me. The 9th thing that I feel I've learned is that recovery from anorexia will not fix all of my issues in life, but the only way I can fix the issues in my life is by recovering from anorexia first. Because if I don't recover from anorexia, then I'm using that solely to cope, and I cannot work on anything else because I don't have the energy in my body, I don't have the brain power, I don't have the concentration. I'm going through therapy at the minute for something completely different, and I don't talk about it on this channel, and I know you all understand that, so thank you. That has really mentally bugged me, because I think I did at the start of recovery kind of tell myself, I'll recover from anorexia and everything else will go away, whereas a lot of the time I think people with anorexia will have something going on first that then spirals into anorexia. So for me, you know, it hasn't gotten rid of my mental health issues. Even if it hasn't fixed it, it's given me the opportunity to go on and work on the other things and heal those parts of myself, because you cannot heal yourself when you're malnourished. So no, recovery from anorexia might not fix everything, but you cannot fix everything unless you recover from anorexia. And realistically, you can't fix everything in life anyway. There's always gonna be some shit that gets thrown at you, and that sucks. But realising that that is life and that you don't need to restrict to compensate for that is also a little extra tip from me. I hope that all made sense. I hope it helped some of you in some way. It's nice to just sit and have a chat anyway. Sorry for that absence. I am doing okay. Life's just a bit of a plodding along kind of process at the minute, because I'm just trying to keep myself afloat and not slip with my eating at all, because I've had a lot of stressful stuff going on, and I think generally I just struggle around this time of year more. But I'm gonna come back to doing videos more regularly. I just need a little break, and it's okay. It's okay to take breaks. It's okay to unfollow people that make you unhappy or make you feel bad about yourself. It's okay to just distance yourself from social media and just put yourself first. So I hope this was helpful in some way. I hope you enjoyed. I love you all so much. Please take care of yourself. Leave a comment of something you've learned in recovery if you've been through recovery, and if you aren't going through recovery, I hope this helped you learn something in some way, and maybe it will help you support someone that you know going through recovery. I will see you all soon, and I love you.